Welcome back for another video. I'm Eharbad, a free-to-play endgame player in Raid Shadow Legends. Today is day 14 of the Morrigaine fusion and day 2 of Clan v Clan, so we really want to get this fusion finished ASAP. If not tonight, then first thing tomorrow morning. After CVC finishes, we have the new single faction tournament starting, which I really do hope has worthwhile rewards. The inclusion of the enhanced drop odds of Savage, Speed, Reflex, and the new faction dropping the accessories from Spider is an excellent start. If player can follow that up either with higher tier shards, be it Summoning or Soulstone, then I'd consider these to be very good events. The reality is we've seen Void Shards included before for faction only or collection of faction only restricted events, so anything less is likely to be underwhelming. The fact is, they've anchored expectations by giving us voids in the past, so hopefully someone at Plarium understands this. Anchoring applies not just to the price of packs, but also to the rewards of event. Who would have thought it? Anyway, let's get into the game. Firstly, we finished Ice Golem as expected this morning, with a minimal point overspill. Obviously, I would like to have been getting these epic tomes along the way, but with continuing to do twins throughout the fusion, they're just simply that 500 energy over 3 days. That's pretty much exactly what we spend on twins over 3 days. Is what, 360 energy. So the majority of that shortfall is coming purely from farming twins. If we didn't have twins, I would have been finishing these epic tomes. I always used to. But for me, at this stage of the account, I'm going to prioritize farming twins over picking up these epic tomes. So far, I have been leveling up the rares in Spider, trying to make use of this 2x points. We've still got, 13,400 points to do. And if we get 600 points per run, if we quickly divide that, we have 22 more runs to do at the bonus points, 22.3. We'll get a few extra bonus points in the 23rd run, but we definitely have 22 runs to do as things stand, but we do not currently have enough energy for 22 runs. So we're going to go in and start to pick up these energy nodes from the Clan v Clan milestones. Might as well just collect all this. There's no reason to save them. I'm going to save this arena refill and 25 energy for now. There is an arena tournament starting in just over a day, nearly 2 days, so I'm better off holding that back for the time being. Right, so we have enough energy now. We need 440 energy to do the 22 runs. So I'm just going to run a couple manually. I want to show you this duo in action. Same builds as yesterday. But we kind of discussed it in the video that I thought they would probably work for stage 25. And they do. And I have to say, it is quite nice thing to see. Like, it's pretty sweet. So, we have the HP burn and the kind of crowd control coming out from Crypt King. So we have that kind of protection that we're not going to take too much damage. We then have the HP burn and poison explosion coming from Teardor. I've actually set the AI so that Crypt King opens with his A1 first, as that syncs up his use of the A3 to better coincide in terms of reducing the damage we take, and it ultimately actually ends up with a smoother, cleaner run. You can see 40 seconds on stage 25 for a duo is pretty impressive. I'm kind of astonished at just how absolutely broken Teardor is. Like, I knew he was very good, but I hadn't really watched any videos about him. I never thought I'd get him, so I was like, there's no point in me looking into him at all. But obviously, we got lucky. We pulled him. We built him up. We tried him in Ice Golem 25 yesterday. It worked. I did actually find that he did fail once in all the runs I did. I didn't watch the run, unfortunately, and I wasn't recording it. I think next time we have an instance where we need to be doing Ice Golem 25, I do have an idea on how I might be able to compensate for that issue. But unfortunately, I don't have time now or the opportunity to test that. We don't have spare energy to go into Ice Golem at the moment. We need to be working on other things, getting the points from Spider. So it's something that we'll look at in the future. My actual thinking, just so to share it with you, is that I will rebuild Dark Hail and use Dark Hail as the part of the duo in place of Crypt King, which I think will work, and it could be an interesting way of doing it. So we'll see how that goes next time we have to do Ice Golem. So what's kind of nice about this is, even if, say, we get to the second wave or the second cycle and you saw what happened to Crypt King there, he took the sleep, it doesn't actually matter. It doesn't even matter if Theodore dies, to be honest, because he's done enough damage and helped us get far enough along that the Spider, after the first reset, will die to the HP burns. So it's pretty much as soon as he's got that first explosion off, and he can't die in this first wave. So it's like the only danger would be now if they, say, were both slept or something went wrong. But the reality is we're now at a point where we're going to win anyway. There's that second explosion there. So now it's safe. Like, the Spider will die from the HP burns on all the Spiderlings. I mean, it is entirely possible that this isn't perfectly 100%, and the only way we'll find out for certain is to stress test it. But I'm pretty confident, having watched it, the way the fight plays out, that we're not really relying on any specific RNG, and it should be resilient enough that it will be, if not 100%, maybe 99% to 99.5% safe. If it isn't, then we can consider alternatives and figure out another way of doing it. But given that, this is literally, we've only had Theodore built for like 24 hours. We've tried him in 2 areas, and we've only actually tried him with 1 tandem in both areas because he's negative affinity in both of these. It would be nice to see, when we have an opportunity to try him in neutral or positive affinity circumstances, how, what we can get done. I know we'll be able to do Dragon, no problem. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to do Ice Golem 24 as a solo. I'd quite like to see if we can. I hope we can. I think we will, but we'll find out. And in terms of, could he solo Spider maybe stage 24? Maybe. It's possible. I think you probably do need the HP burn though, so I'm not 100% sure. But I think if we can duo 25, we'll definitely be able to do a 24, because it's just going to be easier. As we have 1 strong and 1 neutral instead of 1 neutral and 1 weak. So essentially, I'm just going to use the rest of the energy that I need to finish all those bonus runs in Spider. And then I'll probably have to use some liberal brew usage to finish getting these rares to 4-star 40. Once I've fused the epic, probably some more brews to get the epic to 5-star 50. And then obviously we'll be able to fuse the legendary. I think that's the approach I'm going to take. Energy is somewhat limited right now, and I'd rather use it in areas that are going to give us more Clan v Clan points. And the reality is, campaign doesn't give us great Clan v Clan points. It does give us good champion training points or experience per energy. But as we're in CVC, that is not the primary objective for the rest of today and tomorrow morning. So, I'm going to accept using brews, in inverted commas, inefficiently to get the job done and ensure that we stay on target in CVC instead. If I do use additional gems past all of that, I will probably direct that at farming more Minotaur, as we've still got a huge backlog to do there. So, I'm just going to keep on progressing through, get this Spider bonus points done, probably use the rest of my energy in Spider that I have. We've done twins for today, and then, we'll just use brews to get the rest of the fusion done. And I'll either do that tonight or I'll do it first thing in tomorrow morning, with having, farmed Spider again when I wake up tomorrow with whatever overnight energy we've had, which will reduce the total amount of brews I need to use. So that's what I'm saying. Like I could end up doing the actual legendary using tomorrow morning rather than today. It would be fractionally more efficient use of resources. So in terms of AI, even though we have 3 food, I have had to set this as a preset. I haven't tried running it without, but I do think that given Crypt King's natural AI, it wouldn't work without a preset. Now, if you take higher rank champions, it's not really a problem to then rotate the champions out as and when they reach maximum level. So really not a problem, I don't think, to run a dungeon in this fashion with food. So the AI is quite simple. Like I said, in the run, we open with the A1 for Crypt King. It gives us a better cycling given the speed that he's running at. If you did have a different speed, you might not need to open with the A1, but it's where I want the A3 to cycle to sync up with that spider reset. And then the AoE HP and burn is priority, and then we're forcing the A3 to actually be used. By default, Crypt King won't necessarily use the A3 if HP burn is not out on all the enemies, so it's a bit finicky. So that's the main reason we need this AI override, is to fix Crypt King's natural coded AI. And then Theodore, it's just as he is. I mean, he'll basically open with the A2 and then use the A3 and keep cycling back between the A2 and A3 whenever they're available. So it's really nothing on anyone else. And then in terms of builds, we have Crypt King here in 64k HP and 3k defense. I am considering trying to increase this HP level to more like 70k and try and get higher effective HP on Crypt King. I could even potentially sacrifice a bit of speed to do that. That is something that I'm considering trying to get. And then in terms of Theodore, we have nearly 85k on the HP, 3.7k defense, 260 speed. And then on both champions, we have 350 resistance and 225 accuracy being the targets. There's obviously a little bit of wiggle room in terms of what we've ended up with. The skills on Crypt King are booked, and in terms of masteries, we've gone down to Oppressor. I did show these masteries yesterday. And in terms of Theodore, skills are also booked, and crucially versus yesterday, we have picked up a couple more masteries. So we have now taken Blast Proof, and we have now taken Delay Death. Like I said, after we had that failure against Ice Golem, although I didn't see it, I know that it came against the boss because of the background of the fail screen showed me that we'd got to the boss. So most of that's going to be AoE damage. Probably what happened is they triggered a Frigid Vengeance with both ads up. That's my assumption, would be that. So I tried to pick up some additional masteries that will help us mitigate some more damage, and they will continue to monitor as we go through more content. Right, I think that pretty much sums up today's video, covers what we wanted to cover, giving you an update on how we're doing in the fusion, how we're going to approach finishing that off in terms of really, we're just stretching out our window in which we want to do the fusing of the legendary. I am aware there is a champion training event dropping tomorrow, and I know that we could save the rest of the leveling up and the ranking up of, say, the epic for that, but I made the decision that I want the CVC points instead, and I'm going to stick to that. And the other thing to consider is, although there is this champion training event dropping, our base case scenario is that we're going to end up doing the single faction dungeon tournaments instead. Something to be aware of, when I was just going through the AI and showing you guys the builds, for some reason the preset has been deselected, and we're actually then running it without the AI override, and it did fail. It's because the AI override wasn't being used, and Crypt King wasn't being forced to use the his A3. So yes, you can run it without AI, but no, it is not safe, and it does end up being pretty sketchy. So I think the reality is you do need the AI. And although I have now had a fail for the duo, that was without the AI being active. So I still think it will be 100% when the AI is active. And if I do get a failure, I will obviously report that back to you guys. I think it's important that we understand whether something is truly 100% or just kind of near 100%. But it's also important not to make the mistake of not selecting the AI preset, which seemed to happen somehow. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.